Hi guys, this is David again, and this actually is a another video that I'm making on the very same day. Actually, I forgot what today's date is too. For that matter, I wanted to check that out and try to see if I can put that into the video. But I'll see if I can put that in the description, then not description, but in the video itself on a little bubble thing or whatever. But anyways, another thing too, I noticed even from watching the first video after I recorded it is I need to get off the habit of saying That's a very bad habit that I have, and I said that 10 million trillion times on the first video that I made. So I need to work hard on getting out of that habit. So I'm going to start see if I can work on that starting on this very first video. Now, another reason why I wanted to make another video, even to pretty much go along with the first video, is the fact that I wanted to talk more about my goals too, because I want everybody to understand how important it is to be able to achieve my goals. And like I said in the previous video, one of my major goals is to get a car first, and then later on get a camper van, of course, and to fix the camper van up to make sure it's very livable. And another thing I want to try to do, actually, too, for that matter, is put some solar into it. So get some solar panel and get um, I didn't quit saying that word. But anyways, get battery. Get of course battery to go along with the solar panel. Get like probably two batteries to make it like 24 volts. I think it will be. I've been looking into that, trying to see if I can research into it and see exactly how all that works. It's of course a learning experience for me, but I have been watching tons of videos on people that has camper vans. To give you an example, there's a guy that has a channel called Living the Van Life, and there's another one. There's a guy named Chris Penn that I've been watching. He's got some great videos. And there's just several videos that I've been watching. It has been awesome as far as learning a lot of stuff when it comes to doing that type of lifestyle, and if you're able to live that type of lifestyle. Because for some people, it probably wouldn't be easy, but for me, I could definitely see myself being able to do that. Because I'm somebody who I would also consider myself, in other words, somebody who is a survivor and somebody who can definitely work on, in other words, living off-grid type of a lifestyle for the most part, and try to be self-sufficient when it comes to that type of a lifestyle. In other words, you know what I mean as far as where I'm getting at. But anyways, to talk more about my goals and to get back on that subject, like I said in the previous video, one of my major goals is to be able to eventually start working on doing internet marketing. In the past, I've actually made money when it comes to doing internet marketing, but I've not made enough to be able to make a full-time income. And that actually is going to be one of my first goals that I have, is to get to that point where I can start making a full-time income and be able to make enough money, in other words, to not have to work a full-time job. In other words, at one point, I want to be able to start getting to the point where I can work part-time, and then later on be able to work full-time when it comes to doing internet marketing. And of course, the main reason why that is because I want to be able to spend more time with my son. I want to be able to do some traveling. It's something I definitely want to try to do, especially by having a camper van. Plus, it helps too that I've actually got some family that lives in Florida, somebody that I can go down there and see and spend some time with as well. Originally, actually, I was born in Florida, but I just happened to be born down there. I've actually lived in Ohio all my life, but I definitely want to go back down there and spend some more time down there exploring. And I've been down there many times already in the past with vacations. When it comes to in the past, when my father took me down there, and plus I went with my son's mom down there before too on vacation, and I had a ball. And I definitely want to go back down there again and have some more fun again too. But what I want to do first, like I said, is work on getting to the point where I can get a camper van, getting that fixed up to where it's going to be livable, so I can start living inside of that. Excuse me, and get to that point where I'm able to be at that point in my life. In other words, and right now, like I said in the previous video as well, I mean, obviously I got to work on getting a job first and getting some money coming in to the point where I can start doing that, start working on those type of goals. And then later on, after I get to the point where I'm able to do internet marketing full time, as far as making money from that and making a full-time income, another goal that I have, in other words, my long-time or in other words, long-term type of goal that I have is to get into real estate. So have a place where I can rent out apartments or rent out a house, in other words, and make some money from that. And another reason why I want to get into that is because my father actually is the one who raised me, but he had property when I was growing up, and I got to see firsthand how that was and how that worked. And it's, in my opinion, one of the easiest things in the world you could do when it comes to making money then, because, my father, he actually, he was retired from General Motors. So he had plenty of time as far as being able to spend on fixing the properties up if he wanted to. But also, if he wanted to, he could have just sat on his butt and just hired somebody to do any repairs that was needed. But he was a hard-working type of guy, and he didn't want to be the type of guy that wanted to sit around. So a lot of times when it comes to doing repairs, he was doing those on his own anyway. So, I mean, that's the type of person that he was. But in other words, what I'm saying is, or what I'm getting at is the fact that overall it was easy though, because every single month you pretty much sit on your butt if you want, and you can collect rent. I mean, if there is problems, of course, yeah, obviously you got to take care of any issues that will arise, but they're usually not very many issues, and especially if you screen the people pretty good too, then you're not usually going to have too many issues then. I mean, yeah, it's going to happen here and there. You're going to have some knuckleheads causing some problems here and there and stuff, but overall, as long as you're screening your people pretty good, then you don't have too much to worry about that. And as far as on repairs, you can do it yourself or you can hire somebody. So either way it goes, I mean, it's up to you. But as far as in general, or in other words, in whole, it looks to be like a pretty good business to get into. Like I said, I've seen it firsthand because I was helping my dad too throughout many years, especially toward the end when he got to be pretty bad off and before he passed away and stuff. I was pretty much at one point running one of the sleeping room places that he had for him too, though. So, I mean, of course, he had the final say so on everything that was going on, but, I mean, for the most part, I was the one that was running it for him, and so I got to see firsthand how everything went. So, like I said, that actually is my long-term goal, but I want to do it as like a stepping stone type of thing. So, in other words, the very first thing I want to work on is getting the internet marketing thing going on. It's something, too, that I'm also passionate about, something that I actually like to do. And another thing I've actually been doing, too, as well, is teaching myself how to do software, how to build software is something that I'm actually working on as well too. At this point, I can do some stuff as far as simple things, but I'm not. Uh, in other words, I still got a ways to go though. I will definitely say I still got a ways to go when it comes to building some software. In other words, doing some good stuff, because it actually is a learning curve as well. And this is something I'm actually doing as far as teaching myself how to do this. So it's not like I'm actually going to school either. I'm actually teaching myself step by step how to do this by watching videos on YouTube, of course, and other video sites, and also reading as much as I can on that and so forth. So, I mean, this is, the type of stuff I want to do, and these are the type of goals that I have, but this is to give you a pretty good background and to give you a pretty good understanding as far as what I want to do with my goals in my life. So that's another reason why I wanted to go ahead and make the second video, because I feel like this goes along with the first video as well, and things I didn't necessarily cover all the way. So I wanted to try to make sure that I was want to cover as much as I could with these videos, to go ahead and get these finished, or to get these videos finished as far as this type of subject, and go ahead and get this up and let everybody know what's going on. So that's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and post the questions in the description area. Hopefully this video too was better than the other one. I would say it probably is, but they'll get better as we go along. And that's pretty much it. So thanks, and have a great day.